I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person. But if somebody pokes at me or the people that I love,
It might just be over for DDG. Halle Bailey just dropped a bombshell, exposing how the rapper mistreated her in a now viral exclusive video. The receipts are so damning that the court immediately stepped in, ordering DDG to stay far away from both Halle and their son, Halle.
He was granted temporary sole physical and legal custody of her son that she shares with DDG.
So what exactly did Halle reveal, and why is everyone calling this the final straw? Let's break it down. The shocking allegations and legal action in a bombshell development that's got the entertainment industry and the timeline buzzing hardcore. R&B songstress and actress Halle Bailey has revealed how DDG abused her and secured a temporary restraining order against him. The restraining order, handed down by a Los Angeles judge on May 13, 2025, comes after Bailey hit the courts with paperwork alleging physical, verbal, emotional, and financial abuse following their split in October 2024. This tea has spilled everywhere, not just because these two are major names in the game, but because of how serious Bailey's allegations are. The Disney princess who embodied her role as Ariel in The Little Mermaid back in 2023 ain't playing. The court order is making DDG stay a whole football field, 100 yards, away from both Bailey and their 17-month-old son, Halo, until they all touch down in court on June 6, 2025. The judge also told DDG he can't be strapped, no weapons allowed, which might be connected to his 2022 case, when he faced charges for a gun and reckless driving. Let's break down what Bailey is saying. Went down. According to the paperwork she submitted to the court, Bailey claims the abuse started popping off in January 2025, about 3 months after they officially called it quits on their relationship. In what sounds like a mad, wild situation, Bailey alleges that during a conversation about when DDG could see their son, he got heated and kept telling her to get out of my car, while she was trying to buckle up their baby boy in his car seat.
He alleges that he had a really bad temper and he couldn't control it. She filed these documents Tuesday in LA, and she says that things begin to get physical. She alleges things got physical with him in January. So she said that's when the breakup happened. She says that one time DDG came over to pick up their son Halo. She tried to start a conversation with him about child visitation schedule, because in the document she's saying that she's been trying to get.
That's when things allegedly went from 0 to 100 real quick. Bailey claims DDG snatched her hair, slammed her face straight into the steering wheel, and chipped her tooth. All this supposedly went down while their baby boy was sitting there, crying his eyes out. To back up these heavy claims, Bailey came with receipts. She included photos of her chipped tooth and bruises on her arms in her court filing. These visuals probably had the judge say less when deciding to grant that temporary restraining order. The allegations don't stop there, though. Bailey also put another wild episode from March 2025 on blast, claiming DDG rolled up to her crib uninvited, sent threatening messages, including a creepy pic of her bed, smashed her Ring doorbell camera, jacked her phone, and slammed a car door on her while she was holding baby Halo. This incident was apparently serious enough that Bailey filed a police report on the spot. Beyond the physical altercations, Bailey alleges DDG was on some toxic behavior throughout their relationship. She states in her filing that he would call her evil and hit her with that "mauke" word in front of their son. The emotional manipulation reportedly went digital too, with Bailey claiming he would get on his socials and drag her to his millions of followers, falsely saying she was keeping their son from him or creeping with other dudes. Bailey kept it a buck in her declaration to the court. Whenever he wishes to cause upset, he starts bad-mouthing me to his several millions of fans. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans. This pattern shows how social media can be weaponized in relationship beef, especially when one or both people have mad followers online ready to ride for their fave. The legal action Bailey took has already had immediate consequences. Beyond just the restraining order, the court also blessed Bailey with temporary sole physical and legal custody of their son, Halo, a major W reported on May 15, 2025.
A quick update in the Halle Bailey DDG situation. Yesterday, Halle was granted temporary sole physical and legal custody of her son that she shares with DDG, Halo, until June 4th, until a court hearing. So on Tuesday, we talked about how she went and told the judge, hey, this is everything that's been happening to me. She got that temporary restraining order. But in addition to that, she did ask for the custody. And she asked that she wants to remain the sole custodian of her child moving forward as well, but a judge is going to decide.
In her custody request, Bailey asked that DDG be limited to supervised visits once a week for 6 hours, and he can't take the baby outside of LA County. Plus, the judge gave Bailey the green light to take their son to Italy for 2 months starting June 7, 2025, where she's booked to film a movie called Italiana. What's extra spicy is that this all went down without giving DDG a heads up beforehand, with Bailey explaining in her filing that she was worried violence would reoccur, or that the other party would take the child out of the area before the IT order could be granted and served if she had put him on notice. The timing of all this legal drama is extra interesting considering DDG just dropped his 4th studio album, Blame the Chat, on May 5th, 2025. According to reports from Baller Alert, the album flopped hard, selling only between 52 and 1,230 copies in its first week. Big yikes for an artist with DDG's massive online following. While there were probably multiple factors in those weak numbers, the timing of Bailey's allegations and all the media coverage definitely overshadowed his album rollout and promo. DDG's initial reaction when he found out about the restraining order was caught in 4K during a live stream with Twitch personality Adam Ross on the night of May 13, 2025. When he peeped the TMZ report about the restraining order, DDG looked shook, saying, "But that can't even be real," while his stream homies tried to dismiss it as cap.
Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? Alright, I'm looking at her story now. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
All that, bro. All that.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. But you know what we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake.
The next day, on May 14th, 2025, DDG finally broke his silence on X, formerly Twitter, with a post that had people side-eyeing him hard. "I'm chilling BTW. I have no worries. Streaming." Later on, no days off. This casual response, seeming to downplay the whole situation and acting like it's business as usual for his streams, had many people calling him out for not taking the allegations seriously. Bailey's decision to get the law involved has sparked mad discussions about their relationship and how it fell apart. The couple, who started linking up in early 2022 after initially connecting through DDG's YouTube content, welcomed their son, Halo, in December 2023. They officially announced their breakup in October 2024, with DDG posting on Instagram. After much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Hai and I have decided to go our separate ways. The decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us. I cherish the time we've spent together and the love we shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other. But that lovey-dovey public statement is looking mad soos compared to the allegations now hitting the fan, making people wonder what was really going down behind closed doors during their relationship. Bailey has revealed that she's been trying to lock in a consistent schedule for when DDG can see their son, but claims he's been on some difficult vibes, preferring to pop up and see their son whenever it's convenient for him. This has created mad tension between the former couple. In one of his recent statements about their co-parenting situation, before the restraining order dropped, DDG was in his feelings about access to their son.
And I was like, hopefully me doing this is gonna make her be like, all right, here, take your son. You feel me? Not the case. So I think at this point, it's like, all right, it's so early in my son's life. It's like, okay, cool. He won, you know, he just vibed.
The legal developments between Bailey and DDG represent a major escalation in what looks like a co-parenting situation that's been going south for a minute. With the court hearing set for June 6, 2025, Both sides and their legal teams will get to state their case, which could lead to the restraining order getting extended for up to 5 years or getting thrown out, depending on the evidence and how the judge calls it. Past controversies and relationship history. The current legal drama between Halle Bailey and DDG didn't just pop up out of nowhere. To really understand what's going on, we need to take it back and look at DDG's history of controversies and how their relationship went from #couple goals to restraining orders and serious allegations. One of the biggest red flags looking back is the allegations made against DDG by his ex, Ruby Rose, back in 2021. Rose, who's known for her music and OnlyFans content, put DDG on blast for physical abuse, dropping a photo of her bruised arm on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. Rose claimed DDG was mistreating her and even compared the abuse to what she'd been through with a previous partner. According to the tea spilled on forums like Lipstick Alley, Rose claimed DDG was mad, controlling, and obsessive, with some allegations suggesting he even tried to pimp her out. Their relationship was described as toxic and on again, off again. Interestingly, Rose later backtracked and said her claims were fake, possibly because she was pressured, or she claimed her account got hacked. But now that Bailey's coming forward with her own allegations, mad people are revisiting Rose's earlier claims and seeing some patterns in how DDG allegedly moves with women. When Rose first made these allegations, the reaction was mixed, with many people dismissing her because of her work in adult content. This shows how society has biases against victims who work in certain industries, potentially letting concerning behavior slide without anybody checking it. DDG's legal troubles beyond Rose's allegations, DDG has caught other cases too. In June 2022, he got booked in Los Angeles for reckless driving and having a blicky on him. After police spotted him wilding out in his Lamborghini, they found a 9mm handgun, leading to misdemeanor charges. While the LA County DA didn't push for felony charges, this still adds to DDG's rap sheet and probably influenced the judge's decision to ban him from having weapons in the current restraining order situation with Bailey. In August 2023, DDG dropped a track called Famous, where he was clearly in his feelings about Bailey's on-screen romance with Jonah Hauer-King in The Little Mermaid. While this wasn't a legal issue, it did show some tension and insecurity in their relationship, the kind of stuff that might have contributed to their later beef. The rise and fall of their relationship, their love story kicked off in early 2022, when they were first spotted together at Usher's Las Vegas residency concert in January, getting people talking about whether they were an item. By March 2022, they made it Instagram official when DDG posted a birthday tribute to Bailey, calling her the beautifulest, the flyest, the sweetest, and adding "love you forever." He later deleted the post. In August 2022, Bailey told Essence magazine that she'd been a fan of DDG's YouTube content since 2015, and that they started DMing each other before things got serious. When asked if she was catching feelings, Bailey confirmed, "Yes, for sure I am." That was peak honeymoon phase, with appearances together at the 2022 BET Awards and all the lovey-dovey social media posts. By fall 2023, pregnancy rumors started, circulating after Bailey was acting different at the MTV Video Music Awards. DDG initially denied the rumors on Snapchat, but Bailey later announced the birth of their son, Halo St. Granberry, in December 2023, saying she kept her pregnancy on the low. Throughout their relationship, Bailey described DDG as opening a whole new world for her creatively, likely influencing her performances and music. On DDG's side, he said Bailey motivated him and put him onto different, suggesting she helped him level up professionally. But their relationship wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. DDG has mentioned feeling like he got side-eyed by the public, who believed he wasn't what people expected for Bailey. This difference in how they were perceived in the industry might have created some tension. Bailey herself has acknowledged having an anxious attachment style and being passionate when she's in her feelings. In a compilation of clips making rounds online, Bailey described herself as someone who can get territorial and jealous in relationships. Interview. This helps us understand the emotional dynamics at play in her relationship with DDG and their current co-parenting tension. The couple officially called it quits on October 3, 2024, when DDG posted on his Instagram story. After much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Hai and I have decided to go our separate ways. The decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us. I cherish the time we've spent together and the love we shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other. While this statement made it sound like everything was cool between them, the allegations that have come out since suggest there was way more drama behind the scenes. According to Bailey's recent court filings, she states that the real reason for their breakup was DDG's temper, which she alleges he couldn't control. In a wild twist that's hitting different now, rapper Blueface seemed to predict the drama between Bailey and DDG during a recorded conversation. Blueface warned DDG about how having a baby can change everything and create mad issues. Interview. After they split, the co-parenting situation between Bailey and DDG looks like it went downhill fast, leading up to the January 2025 incident described in Bailey's restraining order filing. According to Bailey, this incident popped off when DDG came to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to discuss setting up a regular visitation schedule. Bailey alleges that this conversation triggered DDG, leading to the violent confrontation, where he pulled her hair, slammed her face against the steering wheel, and chipped her tooth. Social media has been a major player in the drama between Bailey and DDG after their breakup. Bailey alleges in her court filings that DDG has been using his platforms, including YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and X, to trash talk her to his millions of followers, falsely claiming she was keeping their son from him or sneaking around with other men. These public callouts allegedly led to increased online harassment aimed at Bailey,